substances being sprayed by the Spider-Man wannabe. Could they be a new laundry detergent, or perhaps a really aggressive way to give a pat on the back? Either way, it sure sparked a buzz of confusion and speculation. Anyway, let me introduce my next guest, Linda Phoenix. Linda Phoenix was born and raised in North Carolina, where she developed a deep fascination with the paranormal and the unexplained at a young age. This curiosity led her to pursue a career in investigative journalism, combining her passion for uncovering the truth with her love for mystery. Linda holds a degree in journalism from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, where she honed her investigative skills and developed a keen eye for detail. Over the years, Linda has dedicated herself to exploring the unknown, whether it's paranormal activity, unsolved crimes, or other mysteries that defy conventional explanation. Her work has taken her across the country, from haunted houses in the South to UFO sightings in the Southwest, but she's perhaps best known for her investigations into the eerie and the unexplained. Linda is the creator and host of The Phoenix Files, a popular online platform where she shares her findings and invites others to join her in unraveling the world's most perplexing mysteries. When she's not on the trail of a news story, Linda enjoys spending time in nature, reflecting on the mysteries of the universe, and connecting with others who share her passion for the unknown. It's great to have you back with us again, Linda. Welcome back to the show.
This is fun.
Thanks, Art.
We've missed your unique perspective and your uncanny ability to uncover the most baffling mysteries. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. First, can you tell us a bit about what you've been up to since we last spoke?
Since our last talk, I've been diving into some truly mind-bending stories. From ghost sightings in the heartland to mysterious lights in the sky over the Pacific Northwest, I've been on the hunt for the truth. I've also been interviewing some fascinating individuals who have shared their own personal encounters with the unexplained. It's been an exciting journey so far, and I'm eager to share these latest discoveries with you and your listeners tonight.
You bet. So, Linda, let's get right to it. What's the lowdown on these so-called superheroes?
Oh, so it turns out these superheroes were nothing more than a bunch of phonies trying to win a cash prize and possibly snag a movie deal?
Ha! Ay, ay, ay.
And they were part of a group affiliated with the furry community that held this whole event in Siberia Heights? That's quite a revelation. It seems these individuals took things a bit too far in their quest for fame and fortune. While their actions may have seemed sinister at first, it turns out they were merely participants in a strange and reckless competition. Just goes to show that not everything is as it seems on the surface.
Duh.
The idea of a group of furries and cosplayers battling it out for a shot at glory and a movie deal, in the heart of Siberia Heights no less, is certainly a fascinating turn of events. One can only wonder what other secrets lie hidden in the shadowy corners of this bizarre community.
Duh. It's amusing to think that these individuals were so determined to win that they resorted to such extreme measures. It's a reminder that ambition can sometimes lead people down unusual paths. And who would have expected the furry community to be playing such a prominent role in this peculiar saga? How did you manage to uncover this information, Linda?
It all started to unravel when one of the participants came forward, feeling guilty about the fear and confusion they had caused. This person reached out anonymously, providing detailed information about the event's organization and the prize they were competing for. After that, I was able to trace the event back to the furry group at Foster Plaza. They'd put together this elaborate competition, hoping to generate buzz and possibly catch the eye of someone in the entertainment industry.
Absolutely. It's incredible to think that all of this was part of a staged event. What about the missing person case we discussed in the last interview? Did that tie into this competition as well?
Thankfully, it did. The individual who went missing was actually a part of the competition, not a victim as we initially feared. He had gone off the grid as part of his strategy to win, which is why he wasn't found right away. When he reappeared, he was unharmed but shocked by the reaction his disappearance had caused. He had no idea that people were genuinely worried for his safety,
Absolutely.
It was a huge relief to learn that no one was actually in danger.
Duh. That's a relief indeed. But it raises another question. How are the authorities handling this? Have there been any consequences for the organizers or participants?
Yes, the authorities have gotten involved. The organizers are facing legal consequences for what they did, particularly for the fear and disruption they caused in the community. Charges have been filed for public endangerment and causing unnecessary alarm.
Yup, sure.
The participants, while not facing as severe consequences, have also been held accountable. Many have expressed regret for their involvement, realizing the extent of the chaos they caused.
It sounds like this was a situation that spiraled out of control, but I'm glad to hear that no one was seriously harmed and that those responsible are being held accountable. Linda, your investigation has really brought clarity to a situation that could have continued to sow fear and confusion. What's your takeaway from all of this?
My biggest takeaway, Art, is the importance of context and understanding in any investigation. What might appear sinister on the surface can sometimes have a much more mundane, or in this case, absurd explanation. It's a reminder that we should always look deeper and not jump to conclusions too quickly. But it's also a reminder of how easily things can get out of hand when people don't fully consider the consequences of their actions.
Linda, before we wrap up, I have to ask, what about the victims we talked about in the original interview? There were reports of children being lured and a woman who was sprayed with that sticky substance by someone dressed as Spider-Man. Were they in on this, or were they genuine victims caught up in the madness?
In the case of the woman who was sprayed, it turns out that the person dressed as Spider-Man took the competition too far, crossing the line from a harmless prank to something much more disturbing. The organizers hadn't intended for anyone outside the competition to be involved, but things quickly spiraled out of control. As a result, the authorities have taken this aspect very seriously, especially since it involved non-consenting individuals, and those responsible are facing additional charges related to these incidents.
Oh, for the love of Benji. That's incredibly disturbing, Linda. It's one thing for the participants to get caught up in their own game, but it's another when innocent people get dragged into it without any idea of what's really going on.
This whole situation has been a stark reminder of how easily things can go wrong when people don't consider the potential impact of their actions on others. Thank you, Art, for bringing this story to light and giving me the opportunity to put some pieces into place.
Thank you, Linda. It's important work you're doing, bringing clarity and understanding to these confusing situations that often start as harmless play and can end up going off the rails. Your dedication and insight are truly appreciated by listeners like me.
Absolutely, Art. The victims were understandably shaken, and it's been a difficult situation for them. Thankfully, they're receiving the support they need, including therapy, and the authorities are making sure justice is served.
Linda, one of the more unsettling details from our previous interview was about that sticky substance the woman was sprayed with by the person dressed as Spider-Man. At the time, the police were running tests on it. What did the lab results conclude?
Art. The lab results did come back, and they revealed that the substance was actually a synthetic, non-toxic adhesive, similar to the kind used in stage productions or special effects. While it was gross and understandably alarming for the woman involved,
yes.
it thankfully wasn't anything harmful like we initially feared. It certainly wasn't any kind of biological material, which was a big relief for everyone, especially the victim.
Well, Linda, you've truly pulled back the curtain on this bizarre tale. Our investigation has brought justice to the victims, exposed the actions of misguided individuals, and reminded us all of the importance of thinking about the impacts of our actions. Thank you for sharing your insights and unraveling this perplexing case with us.
Absolutely. It's astonishing to think how swiftly things could have spiraled out of control. I'm grateful that no one was seriously injured or worse.
Understood. No kidding, Linda. I mean, this really puts things into perspective. The boy you interviewed previously even mentioned that his father had a crossbow pointed at the guy dressed as Captain America. It's incredible to think how close this all came to a much more dangerous situation.
Exactly, Art. The father was understandably protective and took immediate action when he thought his family was in danger. It's a stark reminder of how serious this could have gotten. These participants were lucky that the situation didn't escalate further, and it's a testament to the importance of being mindful of how our actions can impact others. This whole event could have easily taken a tragic turn, and that's why the authorities are treating it with the seriousness it deserves. You know, Art, looking back, I realize I wasted so much unnecessary time on this case. All that energy
Absolutely.
could have been spent on other pressing stories, like the ones circulating around the digital haven. There's a lot of buzz right now about a skunk ape incident over in Cynthia City.
Oh, really? Wow.
That's the kind of mystery I thrive on, but instead I got caught up in this staged spectacle. It's frustrating, but at least we were able to bring some clarity to what was really going on.
I can imagine how frustrating it must be for you to have invested so much time and energy into this case, only to
Absolutely, Art.
discover that it turned out to be a byproduct of a ridiculous competition. But I commend you for staying the course and unraveling the truth. Now, let's shift our focus to this skunk ape incident in Cynthia City. My excitement is sky high. That's the kind of mystery that you excel at solving.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
What details can you share about it?
Well, Art, the skunk ape is a cryptid similar to Bigfoot, known for its strong odor and elusive nature. Recently, there have been several sightings reported around Cynthia City, particularly in the more remote wooded areas. Witnesses have described seeing a large hairy creature, and the local authorities have even found some unusual tracks. What's interesting is that these reports have been coming in from people who are normally quite skeptical about this sort of thing, which gives the story a bit more weight. But I'm really eager to dive into this one and see if we can uncover something truly extraordinary. This is exactly the kind of investigation that gets my blood pumping.
Sure.
You know, Art, I'm hoping this skunk ape story will be a real eye-opener. Some people might think this is just another wild claim, but there's something about this one that feels different. The fact that even skeptics are reporting sightings has me really curious. I just hope the authorities are taking this seriously and not dismissing it outright. I'm prepared to dig deep and find the truth, no matter how strange it might be.
Before you sign off, Linda, I have one more question for you. Will you be taking calls in the digital den later to discuss the skunk ape sightings?
Absolutely, Art. I'll be in the digital den, ready to take your calls and talk all things skunk ape.
Excellent. It sounds like we have a showstopper in our midst. I can't wait to hear what our audience has to say about all this. And thanks once again, Linda, for joining us today.
Absolutely, Art.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the top of the hour, and it's time for the Nighthawk News Update. But don't go anywhere just yet, because after the news, we have a very special guest lined up for you. None other than Dr. Anton Green, the renowned quantum physicist, will be joining us for an electrifying interview. We'll be back with the Nighthawk News and Dr. Anton Green, so stay tuned.
Hey folks, this is Santana Brazilian, your favorite samba sensation.
And I'm Carl the Human Kite, soaring high with the latest scoop on the coolest events.
Get ready to unleash your inner furry, because every weekend at Foster Plaza in the heart of Siberia Heights, it's time for furry craziness.
That's right. Start your day with whimsical puppet shows from noon till 4 p.m. Watch as the most delightful puppets bring joy and laughter to all ages.
But wait, there's more! From 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., join us for furry face painting and balloon animals. Get a custom face painting to match your costume and grab a balloon animal made by our talented artists.
At 5 p.m., it's time for the ultimate costume contest. Compete for the prestigious Gold Furry Trophy. Shine, sparkle, and strut your stuff on the stage. Only the best will take home the gold.
From 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., dive into our furry karaoke hour. Belt out your favorite tunes and show off your singing skills.
Feeling crafty? From 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., participate in our Furry Craft Workshop. Make your own furry accessories and take home your creations.
And when the sun goes down, get ready to rave. From 8 p.m. till 2 a.m., dance the night away to electrifying techno beats with lasers shooting in every direction.
It's a furry rave like no other. But remember, no alcohol, no disrespectful behavior, and no smoking. It's all about having fun and staying safe.
So mark your calendars and join us at Foster Plaza every weekend for Furinato, puppet shows, face painting, balloon animals, costume contests, karaoke, crafting, and raving madness. What more could you want?
Find us at Foster Plaza, 123 Furry Lane, Siberia Heights in the Digital Haven. Furinato at Foster Plaza, where the furry fun never stops.
This is the end of part 2.